All right, now here we see a bear going in circles. Quote, abused zoo bear still circles an imaginary cage 7 years after being freed. Sad smiley face, end quote. Kevin Birch tagged me in this, wanted to know my thoughts. Shout out to him. What's going on here? Why is the bear going in circles? Is he really traumatized? It's certainly true from our perspective that if a person did something like this, if a person experiences trauma, say, it is true that they often replay that experience in their head like a broken record, and they can't easily stop that, not on command. For people, the explanation in this case does involve trauma, and it involves things like ideas, preferences, like I said, experiences, and especially it means that their ability to resolve conflicts between their preferences is hindered or hampered in some way. There's some entrenchment going on there. That can be the case for addicts, for example, who clearly repeat a behavior over and over, even though part of them doesn't want to. But I think no such thing is going on for this bear here. We need to stop anthropomorphizing animals in this way. Animals work very differently from how humans work. A lot of the complex animals, including bears, a lot of other mammals, have something called a reinforcement learning, quote unquote, algorithm. The way this algorithm works is it associates certain behaviors with rewards or punishments. What counts as a reward or punishment is typically genetically predetermined. For example, if you feed a bear, it will interpret that as a reward. Interpret, not in any kind of cognitive sense. This gets internally, programmatically, automatically associated with the action gets associated with the reward. So the bear will get fed, and the system in it, the programs in it, will associate a recent action, possibly the most recent action, with that reward. And so then it is more likely to reenact that same behavior. The same works for discouraging or punishing a certain action in the opposite way. If you beat its snout or whatever, I don't know, if you give it electrical shocks, it'll associate that with not repeating the previous action as much. And then that action will slowly diminish until it stops doing that at all. So if this bear was constantly kept in captivity, then you could see how, for example, the captors, the prison guards or whatever you want to call them, they had to feed the bear sometimes, right? So then what happened is the bear involuntarily associated being fed with the thing it last did. And since it had nothing to do except walk in circles, that's what it associated it with. And now the bear, the reinforcement learning algorithm in the bear, has been programmed to such an extent that it just keeps mindlessly reenacting that same behavior over and over again. The bear's not traumatized, it's just buggy programming. The reason this kind of bug can occur in the first place is that evolution has not kind of seen these scenarios where a bear would be kept in captivity a long time. Usually bears are free-roaming animals, right? So evolution just didn't have a chance to really weed out mutations that could cause this kind of thing. If you want to understand animals better, you have to think of them as being genetically pre-programmed through evolution. You cannot think of them like people with thoughts or trauma or problems. They're not like